Sports. It's in the game.
What's up, guys? Welcome. This is the very first episode of the brand new ZA Sports Show. And today, I will be doing a mock draft for the NFL draft, the first two rounds. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm excited to get started with the new brand. Today, I will be having a guest. It is my friend Aydin, who I've known for a few years, and we actually met in a Madden 20 online league. So he's going to be doing the draft with me today, and then we'll be discussing our differences, and I hope you guys...
Alright, guys, this is my guest, Aydin. Say what's up, bro.
What's up, everybody?
He's, we all know who's going number one, right?
Oh yeah, I guarantee. We all know it's gonna be Drake, man.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Alright, and with that, we will begin the mock draft. So, with the number one pick, the Chicago Bears are on the clock. Who's your selection?
I have them selecting, no surprise, Caleb Williams out of USC, quarterback.
I have to agree. Now, do you think that will pay off for them, or do you think he's going to be a bust?
I think it would pay off for them if he lives up to his height and skills that all the scouts are saying that he has.
Right.
But if he doesn't, then I think it would be one of those other busts.
I think that sounds about right, especially with his attitude. If it doesn't improve, then he's not a winner, I don't think. As you can see, at USC, did he win any titles? Nope. They make it to the playoffs? Nope. So
yeah, if he builds better characteristic leadership, then I feel like he will live up to his full potential that he has.
do you think he's the second coming of Patrick Mahomes?
I think he has that potential to be the second coming. It's just he needs to develop better characteristics.
Understandable. Yeah, that's the main thing these days, especially with the quarterback. If he's going to be the face of your franchise, then you're going to want a top-notch guy on and off the field.
Mm-hmm.
And with the second pick in the NFL draft for 2024, the Washington Commanders are on the clock, and they are selecting. Who do you think?
I have been selecting Drake May, quarterback out of North Carolina.
Okay, talk to us about that. Why Drake May?
So I have been selecting Drake May because I feel like he can learn. Like he has, if you look at all of his college highlights and tape, he has the potential. And plus, he's younger than Jay Daniels is good, but he's younger than Jay Daniels.
Right.
I think he has more potential in a way.
Okay. I agree. He does have a strong arm. He's got pinpoint accuracy. It's kind of like maybe not Tom Brady, but you know what I mean. Kind of like his style. However, I guess this will be our first disagreement. I have them taking Jaden Daniels because of the way the rest of the league views him, and the type of quarterbacks that Washington has taken in the draft in the past. Because they took Sam Howell out of UNC, and Drake May is also at UNC, and obviously it didn't work out with Howell, so they might be ready for a change of pace with a mobile quarterback, especially with someone like Terry McLaurin at receiver, who is pretty similar, I would say. I think he's pretty similar to some league neighbors.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. But only thing for me is that Jay Downs is good. He had good past 2 years, but he kind of not really fitting in Washington's kind of time. They're not ready to compete, and he's like more of a NFL ready quarterback with his age and experience. But I totally see what you're saying.
Makes sense. Hey, we don't have to agree on all of them, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well then with the third pick, we have the New England Patriots on the clock. And
I guess I will go Drake May. Patriots, you know how their team usually is.
Yeah.
That's their type of quarterback. Strong arm kind of guy, pocket passer, not really that mobile. And obviously, they've been very vocal about needing a quarterback. Some people think they'll trade back, but I just think that it's time for their franchise QB, especially after the last one didn't work out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would also say, for me, I have the Patriots trading back with the Vegas Raiders, who are looking to be aggressive for the NFL draft.
Oh,
I have
okay.
them trading up 2-3 from 11 to select Jalen Daniels to get their guy.
Okay.
It seems like if they have a lot of interest in Jalen Daniels, it just seems like they would be aggressive and get him if he falls to number 3.
Oh, so you said the Raiders, right?
Yeah, Raiders.
Oh, so they're gonna trade up from 13?
13.
What do you think they're gonna trade for it? Because that's gonna cost a lot. That is 10 spots actually.
Yeah, I think it would be guaranteed 2 firsts and I forgot what the trade I did, but I guaranteed 2 firsts and I'll say like a mid pick.
Do you think that the Patriots are willing to do that though? Because it seems like with the new coach, new general manager, that they might think it's time for a franchise quarterback.
I think if they look at all the quarterbacks, like for example, if you get later on the draft board, like Michael Penix and all those, I think if they trade back, they can get more draft capital to help build a team, plus still get a franchise type of quarterback.
Okay. All right, I see your point. That brings us to number 4, and with the 4th pick in the 2024 draft, the Cardinals are on the clock, and this, for me, is a no-doubter. The best player in the draft, perhaps, Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Ohio State. Next level, generational talent. His dad was an incredible receiver, and Marvin Harrison Jr. has been talked about for years now.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that there's no way the Cardinals will give up pick 4 and give up the draft rights to Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think there's anything that a team could trade them to make them do that.
I think I would also agree with you there, because like to have that kind of talent at receiver to build with your franchise quarterback in Kyler Murray is that guy, then that's a no-brainer to get him a number 1 target.
Especially with how he did in DeAndre Hopkins with his first year there.
Yeah.
So now getting a DeAndre Hopkins-esque receiver, but at, 21 years old, 22 years old?
Mm-hmm.
So, and, you see what they did with Larry Fitzgerald, nothing, I guess, but he was there a while is what I mean, but I guess they really didn't do anything with him.
And he has potential to be like what Larry Fitzgerald was for the Cardinals.
And that was huge.
Just be that franchise receiver.
Right, and that was huge for they contended with Carson Palmer. Imagine what they do with Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
And so with pick 5, that brings my Los Angeles Chargers on the clock. And unfortunately, there have been terrible, terrible rumors that we are going to trade Mr. Herbert to the Vikings. And all I have to say to that is no. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Because
that would have to be the dumbest NFL trade in history.
I will dislike Jim Harbaugh forever if they do that. It's not worth it. I mean, what do they get? 11, 23, 2025 first-round pick and maybe Justin Jefferson? But J.J. McCarthy is not that guy. I don't care.
Yeah,
he's not that guy.
Yeah.
And Jim Harbaugh's system, they usually run more anyway.
Yeah.
So I have the Chargers taking the second best receiver in the draft,
Mr. Malik Neighbors out of LSU.
Okay. Yeah, for me, for my mock draft, I have the Chargers trading back with the Vikings, but not trading Herbert, but trading back for pick 11, pick 23, and a mid-round pick. And the Vikings traded up to go ahead of the Giants, which they're rumored to get J.J. McCarthy, or be interested in J.J. McCarthy, have them trading up, being aggressive for their franchise QB and J.J. McCarthy.
Interesting. Well,
But
the only thing that I see as an issue with that is that, well, with the Vikings is I don't think J.J. McCarthy is worth the 5th pick.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but
there's just so many.
It seems like he will go in the top 5 just by seeing all these reports and how some teams view him as.
Right.
But for me, I wouldn't do that. But I just think Vikings are going to be aggressive for a QB.
That makes sense. I actually, in relation to that, my is weird, and we'll get to that in the next pick. But I just don't think that the Chargers can mess this up. I think, with how well it went. Remember last time they were in the top 10, and they needed receiver. They took Mike Williams, and Malik Neighbors is just unreal. I've personally seen him play in person.
Yeah.
And he torched the Alabama defense, who is a top defense, in the league.
I agree with that.
So, but I do see your point as well, because, with if the Chargers were to trade back, there are a couple of other needs they could address, such as corner and offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Plus, this is also a deep receiver class too, so there's a lot of other good talent later in the draft that they could find.
That's true.
But I agree that Malik Neighbors is different than those other receivers, but I just have them trading back for more, like you said, corner, O-line, just more capital.
All right. That makes sense. I like that. Well, with the 6th pick, this is where the trade comes in for me. And it sounds weird, but what I have is I actually have the Vikings trading up with the Giants. So the two teams who are interested in quarterback, I actually have them trading with each other. And that since it's only up from 11 to 6, I would have the Vikings trading number 11, number 23, their 2nd round pick this year. Or no, sorry, they don't have a 2nd round pick this year. A 2nd round pick next year. So 11, 23, and a 2nd round pick next year to move up from 11 to 6, and that's where they'll take J.J. McCarthy.
Okay. In a world, I can see that, but for my mock draft, the way I set it up, I have the Giants staying there and getting Malik Neighbors, just getting a franchise receiver, kind of like how they did with Odell Beckham, trying to get a good receiver 1 to build around, to build a franchise.
So were they to make the trade, then I completely agree. If Malik Neighbors is on the board at 6, that's who you have to take.
Yeah.
And number 7, the Titans. This to me is a no-doubter. The second most for sure pick, or 3rd most for sure pick in the draft. And we'll go with Joe Alt from Notre Dame, offensive tackle.
Yep. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna go there too. It's just a no-brainer because they need to build around Will Levis, who looks like their franchise guy. Why not get a protection piece for him?
Right. And they already brought in Calvin Ridley in free agency, so clearly they're ready to contend.
For me, I feel like if they didn't bring in Calvin Ridley or get receiving targets, for me, I think receiver could have been played, but since they got Calvin Ridley, I see them. I'm sticking with Joel.
Makes sense. Glad we can agree on that one. So far, so far we have, I think, two of the same.
Yeah.
All right, and number 8, the Falcons. They take the best player available in a position that they need, and with them already signing, they signed a few receivers. I have them taking Dallas Turner, edge, Alabama.
Yep, I'm going to agree with you there too.
He's just an incredible, and I know this might sound biased because I'm an Alabama fan, but he's just unreal. I mean,
oh yeah,
he gets in the corner.
I think he definitely is the best edge rusher in his class.
Yeah, he gets to the quarterback like every play, or he disrupt passes. It's just I haven't seen anything like him for a while, and so I think if the Falcons pass up on him, they would be making a huge mistake.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, at number 9, we have the Bears again, and this has bounced back and forth for me. But in a recent post from Caleb Williams, we saw that he was interested in playing with Rome Odunze.
Yeah.
And so I think the Bears will do whatever it takes to make their quarterback happy. And considering that Keenan Allen's on the last year of his contract, they're going to need a future receiver to pair with DJ Moore. So I actually have them taking Rome Odunze, Washington at 9. Wide receiver.
I think for me, I had defense for a while. I had edge rusher. I had edge rusher Jared Verse, but I think I'm gonna change it, and I'm gonna agree with you after the recent polls. I feel like they would want to make their quarterback happy and get him a good target and Rome Odunze.
All right, sounds good. The pick 10. Now, this is the most surprising to me because he was supposed to be top 5 for the longest time. And then free agency came and trades came around. And now we have a generational talent falling behind where the earliest tight end previously was. And we have Brock Bowers out of Georgia going 10 to the New York Jets.
Yep, I also agree there because why not get Aaron Rodgers another big weapon for the Super Bowl run?
Especially someone like Brock Bowers, who is essentially a receiver at the tight end position. He's kind of like a George Kittle to me, the way he can also block.
He would definitely be an upgrade with the tight end they already have. Who is a tight end?
I'll be honest, I don't even know.
Yeah, me too. So, yeah, definitely a no-brainer there if Brock Bowers is there.
All right, so pick 11. This one is weird for me. Just like you said, it's going back to what you said. I actually do agree that the Raiders will be aggressive. But what I think is here's where their aggressive move is. They're going to trade. So now, remember how I had the Giants trading back to 11?
Yeah.
Well, I actually have the Giants trading back again from 11 to 13. And I think the Raiders are going to be aggressive, and they're going to trade up to 11. They're going to trade pick 13, a second-round pick, and a late-round pick, like 5th or 6th. And they're going to take Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington to be their quarterback.
Okay, I like it. For me, I have the Chargers. Brian Murphy, tackle out of Texas.
Oh, wow.
They traded
defensive tackle.
You have to build a D-line with Bill Mack and Joy Bosa. Just continue to build a defense.
So they're all in this year then.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that they will take so you don't think they'll take receiver there or corner?
No. likely to get one of those for my mock draft right now.
Okay. I can see that though. That makes sense because, I mean, if you got someone like Byron Murphy coming up the middle with Mac and Bosa on the edge.
If you look at like what John Harbaugh did with Michigan, he had a good defense. So I had him building the defense to help him win. To help him for this season.
Jim Harbaugh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I can see that. So we do have the Broncos sticking at 12 here. This is a weird pick, and it's not going to make any sense to a lot of people. But they did just let go of Justin Simmons.
Okay.
And they do need to build their secondary. So I have them at 12 now with the best quarterbacks off the board.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to draft Terry Arnold, Alabama cornerback.
Not bad. I like that. I can see them building a good corner duel with Patrick Surtain if they keep him.
And they can bond because they both went to the same school as well.
Yeah. I can definitely see that. For me, I have them sticking on defense and getting edge rusher Jared Verse from Florida State.
Okay. I like that.
To build continue to build a defense and have him and Patrick Surtain be the key players on the defense.
Makes sense. It's kind of like a Von Miller replacement from a few years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. All right. Well, I have the Giants at 13 now because they did a second trade. Now I have them addressing the corner position. They really haven't been the same since the departure of James Bradbury. And now they let go of their safety, Xavier McKinney. But it's too early to draft a safety. So I have them taking Quinion Mitchell, cornerback Toledo, at 13.
Ooh. Yeah, I definitely like that. I definitely like them continue to build a defense, to have their defense carry them. To have the defense carry them. I do like that. For me, I have the Patriots on the clock, and I have them selecting their quarterback of the future, Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington.
The Patriots were at 13? Oh, yeah, the Raiders, yes.
Raiders.
Right, yeah. Okay, so Michael Penix Jr., okay. I like that. I think he's a top 15 quarterback. Like I said, I have him at 11. So, yeah, I think that's a good pick, especially since, like you said, if they trade down, then they're going to need one.
Yeah. And they still get draft capital and still get a top, in my opinion, top 4 quarterback in the draft.
I agree. I think he's better than McCarthy. I don't know why teams have. I don't know why teams have McCarthy so high, but.
Yeah, me too. I don't know too.
It's just like a Zach Wilson situation. But yeah. All right. At 14, we have a trade, and this trade is going to be the Rams trading up with, I believe, the Saints, if that's correct.
Yeah.
And the Rams will trade up. They'll trade their first round pick this year, and either a second or a third round pick, probably second round pick, and a late rounder.
Mm-hmm.
And they get their Aaron Donald replacement, Jared Verse, at 14.
Oh, I like that. Definitely build their defense. Build a defense with Jared Verse and they've got young prospect that they drafted last year, Brian Young. Definitely like that for the defense. For me, I have the Saints sticking there and selecting Olum. I don't know his first name, but Forshawn, the tackle from Penn State.
Okay. I like that. They definitely need an offensive tackle.
To build their O-line.
Well, the good news is we both have the same need for them.
listed. I do have them going offensive tackle when they trade back, but we'll get to that. Olu Fashanu is definitely the second or third best offensive tackle in this draft class. Which,
I feel like,
sorry, go ahead.
I feel like definitely if he went to the NFL draft last year, he would have been a top 10 draft pick.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But since he stayed an extra year, that's why he fell a little bit. But still, number 14 isn't that bad.
Well, good news is we kind of have similar value for him because at 15 for the Colts, I actually do have them taking Olu Fashanu.
Okay, I like that.
Because
definitely if he fell past 14, I can see him going to the Colts.
Because their offensive line is solid already, and they do have their quarterback of the future. Plus, they just extended Pittman, and so this is the perfect timing to take, if he falls that far, to take someone like Olu Fashanu.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. For me, I have them building up their secondary and getting cornerback Quinion Mitchell out of Toledo.
Okay, I like that. He's a top guy.
Yeah, he's one of the top corners in the draft, and I feel like that's like a no-brainer to get a corner and help build the secondary if Fashanu didn't fall to them or if the offensive tackle fell to them.
All right, at 16, we have the Seattle Seahawks, and I have them taking Talise Fuaga, Oregon State, offensive tackle.
I like that. I definitely can see that. For me, I have keeping a guy home in Washington and getting Troy Fuatanu for offensive guard out of Washington.
Okay.
Play tackle and guard and be versatile for them.
Well, the good thing here is that a lot of our picks, we actually have teams addressing the same need in terms of position, just different players.
Yep.
For pick 17, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock, and I have them taking Cooper DeJean from Iowa, cornerback. Because their defense they need to build up. Cornerback is one of their biggest needs right now. And with Terry Arnold and Quinion Mitchell going off the board already, the next best thing is DeJean, according to some people. Personally, again, might sound biased. Personally, I would take Kool-Aid. But that's not me. I'm trying to think in the eyes of the Jaguars, and so I have them taking DeJean. What about you?
For me, I have them sticking with the secondary, and since he fell to him, I have him selecting Terry Arnold out of Alabama, corner out of Alabama.
That's perfect. If he falls that far, absolutely.
Oh yeah, that'll be a nice corner duel with Mason Campbell. That'll be nice.
That would be insane. Good luck playing that on Madden.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I've got another Alabama player going off the board. At 18, we have the Cincinnati Bengals addressing one of their biggest needs and protecting Mr. Joe Burrow with selecting J.C. Latham, offensive tackle, Alabama.
Nice. For me, I have them sticking with offensive tackle, but since he fell to him, I have them selecting Talise Fuaga out of Oregon State.
See, for me, he was off the board already. So ours are.
Yeah.
At least, like I said, we seem to have similar picks in terms of position needs.
Yeah.
At 19, I have a guy who's off your board already. And I have the Saints at 19 since they traded back. We're taking Washington's Troy Fuatanu.
Yeah, I think that would be nice value for them if they would trade back and still get a guy like Fuatanu. That would definitely be good for them.
What about you? Who do you have the Rams taking?
Yeah, for me, I have the Rams selecting Jarzon Newton, D tackle out of Illinois.
Okay.
Trying to be a replacement of Aaron Donald, and for a while he was regarded as one of the best run stopper defensive tackles in the draft. But with Byron Murphy gone, I just have him selecting Newton out of Illinois.
I like that. He's a, what do you call it? He's a sleeper, I would say.
Yep, definitely a sleeper.
And for pick 20, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have just gotten 2 new quarterbacks. And they traded away a receiver. What do you do when you get 2 new quarterbacks? Well, you protect them. And you take an offensive tackle, Amarius Mims out of Georgia.
Funny enough, I agree with you. I also have him selecting Amarius Mims out of Georgia.
That's perfect. I think
because as soon as you get a quarterback, you guarantee you gotta protect him. That's like protect him and give him targets, but protecting is the most important thing.
Especially with their backfield duo of Warren and Harris.
Yeah.
So we've got the Miami Dolphins at 21, and I have them taking a position that arguably they don't need, but I think they need it. And we're going to go edge out of UCLA, Laitu Latu.
Ooh. Okay. I can definitely see them, especially after losing Christian Wilkins, I can see them building that D-line and have Jalen Phillips and Latu being their key edges.
Who do you have at 21?
For me, I have the Dolphins selecting. I'm selecting offensive tackle J.C. Latham out of Alabama.
Okay.
To continue to build the whole line for Tua and the offense.
They definitely need an offensive tackle, especially with their left tackle being close to retirement.
Yeah.
I have, unfortunately, somehow he falls this far, and I have the Eagles just absolutely just getting another steal, and somehow they keep letting Howie Roseman get away with this, with a masterclass of a draft, and they take Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback, Alabama, at 22.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely had them there, but for me, since they need center, I have them selecting their Jason Kelsey replacement and getting Jackson Powers Johnson out of Oregon.
I like that pick. That was my second option for sure.
Yeah, and Kool-Aid McKinstry was my second option too, but I just switched them because how valuable Jason Kelsey was to their offense. I just feel like we need to get another center to help their O-line continue to be as fair as it was.
The reason I have them taking Kool-Aid is because I believe that Jason Kelsey, and I'm claiming this, you heard it here first, Jason Kelsey is unretiring. He is unretiring before the season starts, and he will be the center one last time before the Eagles win the Super Bowl. A long shot, maybe, but that's what I'm saying right now, right here on camera.
I honestly won't be surprised if he does unretire.
Did you see him at WrestleMania? He was at WrestleMania, and he jumped into the ring, jumped over the rope. He cleared the ropes. Dude.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on social media. Yeah.
Dude's in shape.
Yeah.
With number 23, this is with the Giants, who traded back so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
We have them addressing a huge need, which you have already had them address, which is wide receiver.
Yeah.
And this is where they take Brian Thomas Jr., LSU, wide receiver.
Okay. For me, I have the Chargers, who traded back, also getting a receiver and getting Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU.
Well, hey, so we got the same guy.
Yeah, same guy, but different team.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have the Cowboys on the clock at 24, and somehow he fell this far. I don't know how, and I don't think it's actually going to happen. I have Byron Murphy, defensive lineman, Texas.
As a Cowboys fan, I would love that to happen. Him with Parsons and Marcus Lawrence, that would be like a dream scenario for me.
That would be, how you say, unfair.
Yeah, definitely.
Who do you have your Dallas Cowboys selecting?
Okay, for me, I have them picking there and selecting, for me, best player available for my mock draft. Wide receiver, Xavier Worthy out of Texas.
Okay.
Getting an explosive receiver to build around, build with CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. Especially since all the old linemen too didn't follow them, I'm selecting a number one target or another target for Dak Prescott.
That's fair. I've got, with now the Green Bay Packers on the clock, they will be taking a cornerback to pair with Jair Alexander, and they will be taking Nate Wiggins, cornerback, Clemson.
Ooh. Okay, for me, I had them also selecting cornerback, but I had them selecting Cooper DeJean, cornerback out of Iowa.
Okay, I like that. I would have had that if I hadn't already had him off my board.
I have them getting Cooper DeJean because he also plays safety too. Yeah, I just feel like he can be versatile for them and play both positions if they wanted to.
Makes sense.
If they wanted to. Yeah.
We've got the Bucks at 26, and they just found their franchise quarterback, Tom Brady replacement, Baker Mayfield. They just made the playoffs. What do you do when you're fresh off the playoffs and you give your quarterback and your wide receiver a big contract? Well, you protect your quarterback so that him and your wide receiver, who you are paying millions of dollars, can succeed. And this is where they take Graham Barton, interior offensive lineman, Duke.
Ooh. Yeah, he's a guy that I had going to the Cowboys earlier, but for me, I have him selecting edge rusher like Lofton.
I like that.
Out of UCLA to be their like Shaq. What's his name again?
Shaq Barrett?
Yeah, Shaq Barrett replacement.
All right. The Cardinals are on the clock, and they take Drazon Newton, defensive lineman, Illinois. I know you had him going way earlier, but clearly with them having a top talent at wide receiver just picked in the draft, it's time to build their defense, and why not go with defensive line?
For me, I had them sticking with defense. I have them getting Nate Wiggins, cornerback out of Texas.
If he's there, that's a great pick.
Yeah, if he falls there, I'm getting.
You're gonna like this one, Mr. Texas fan. We've got the Buffalo Bills addressing the wide receiver need after trading Diggs and letting Gabe Davis walk.
Yeah.
And this is when they take Adonai Mitchell, Texas, wide receiver.
I also have them selecting Adonai Mitchell out of Texas.
Oh, that's perfect.
It seems like that's just a perfect fit for them. Because for me, Adam Mitchell's a guy that I think could turn into a number one receiver in the NFL.
Well, the way he cooked my secondary, he's definitely a top receiver for me.
For me, he's my number 4 receiver in the class.
I can see that. Actually, I think that's where we have him on the board. Is that right? Or 5? Do we have him at 4 or 5? 5, yeah, because Brian Thomas.
5 on the board, but for me, just skill-wise, I'm 4.
Oh, okay. We've got the Lions, and they're going to find their pair. They're going to pair up Aydin Hutchinson with another edge rusher, Penn State's Demian Robinson.
Yeah, I also have I'm selecting Chop Rock. I'm selecting Chop Robinson out of Penn State.
There's a lot of Robinsons at Penn State.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy, wide receiver, Texas.
I definitely had them selecting Xavier Worthy in one of my mock drafts. But since he went earlier to my Cowboys, I'm selecting another big free. Keon Coleman out of Florida State to build with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson.
You think that Keon Coleman is better than Ladd McConkey?
I just think for
Oh, okay. By the way, going back to Penn State, going back to number 29, we had the same player there. Chop is just, that's his real name, you know.
What is your name again?
Demion, I guess.
Oh,
Demion.
yeah.
Yeah.
For the mock draft I use, it said Chop Robinson.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like, wait, isn't that the same person?
Yeah.
31. We've got somehow he falls this far. Something the 49ers are missing. And it doesn't sound like they're missing it, but if you look at that last play that they had, when they someone went completely unblocked, and they had, I believe it was Ayuk open in the end zone, but he couldn't make the throw because of that. We have Jackson Powers Johnson, Oregon, center.
I like that. I have him also second O-line, but getting Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma.
Well, that's perfect because we're picked 32 for the Chiefs. I have them taking Tyler Guyton, Oklahoma.
All right. For me, I had him getting, I don't know how he fell to them, but Lad McConkey out of Georgia, receiver.
I like that. He's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me of Julian. He reminds me of Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
A lot. Well, this is actually funny because yet again we have the same guy but going
one lower, and I had Lad McConkey, Panthers, 33, wide receiver, Georgia.
I like that.
To give Bryce Young another weapon.
For me, I have the Panthers sticking with receiver, but getting Bryce Young a deep threat, giving George Franklin receiver out of Oregon.
Okay. I like that. He's good.
Yeah.
I've got the Giants, who are doing a lot of trading this draft, which obviously is that realistic? I don't know. But we have them now trading up to 34 after trading down twice.
So they'll use one of the picks they got, probably a third rounder. So they'll trade a second and a third. And they'll take Bo Nix, quarterback, Oregon.
Okay. For me, I have them sticking on defense, or to getting another defensive piece. I have them selecting Darius Robinson out of Mizzou.
Okay.
To build with, since Matthew Judon is getting older, I just have them getting him to develop and possibly be a side.
I like that. All right, at 35, the Cardinals. It's time to protect your quarterback. Even though he is a mobile quarterback, it's time to protect him. We're going Jordan Morgan, Arizona, offensive tackle.
I also had him second Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle, to be the left tackle. Since they already got Paris Johnson on the right side, I had him second Jordan Morgan to be on the left side.
It's perfect. We've got the Washington Commanders at 36, and I have them taking Darius Robinson, edge, Missouri. It's time.
Yeah.
I have them taking Darius Robinson.
For me, I have them sticking with edge, but getting Chris Braswell out of Alabama.
Oh, I love Chris Braswell, bro. He's awesome. We have the chart.
To what you said, to replace Young and Sweat.
Sounds good. All right, we got the Chargers here at 37. Call me crazy, but knowing Mr. Jim, it sounds like it's time for... And I don't want them to do this, but they're going to do it. Originally, I had them taking corner here because they need it with Rakestraw Jr. out of Missouri, but considering Jim Harbaugh, I think they bring in Roman Wilson here.
Okay. I definitely can see Roman Wilson on the Chargers.
Either that or Blake Corum.
Oh yeah, definitely one of them. I can see that. For me, I have them getting a corner Structure out of Mizzou.
Yeah, that's who I originally had.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't really know if they're gonna, because I just know Jim Harbaugh. Okay, how about this? I'll give you two scenarios. If they don't let Harbaugh have control over it, then they take Rick Straw Jr. and actually address a need. If they do let him have control over it, one of his Michigan guys are coming with him.
Yeah, I can definitely. I think either Blake Corum or Gwen Wilson will be on the Chargers, though. One of them. If they fall, I definitely think they will be on Chargers.
Yeah. I've got a huge trade here. It's a reach, actually. But we've got the Tennessee Titans trading back with none other than the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
The Dallas Cowboys will trade pick 56, a third-round pick, and a seventh-round pick. And they will select a wide receiver, because for me, they didn't take him in the first round. Keon Coleman, Florida State.
I definitely, if that draft was to happen to get Brian Murphy and Keon Coleman, I think that would be like a dream scenario for me. Like, I would like that to happen. But for me, I have we're on Giants, yeah? Pick 6. The second round.
I think
Or
they're originally picking here would be the Titans. It's weird. Like, the second round is like not the same as the first, but it is. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah.
Okay. For me, it says the Giants are ahead on the ESPN.
I don't know. For me, it said that the Titans were at 38. So I don't know. It doesn't even have the Giants on here. What the heck?
Oh, wait, hold up. Sorry.
Oh.
Never mind. I was looking at the first round.
Okay.
Okay, so for pick 6, I have. Okay, I have it.
Yeah, because the Giants are at 47.
Yeah. Okay, for this one, I have the Giants trading up with the Titans. They're trading. They're pick 47
Mm-hmm.
and pick 37 and pick 47 a. Sorry. Pick. They're a 4th round pick and a 5th round pick next year. For trade up to get quarterback Bo Nix out of Oregon.
Whoa. That's huge.
Yeah.
So at least we both agree that they're trading up for Bo Nix.
Yeah.
I have them doing that earlier, but this is also a good option.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They still get the same guy.
We've got the Panthers at 39, and it's time for them to address the need of corner after trading Dante Jackson, and this is where they take Mike Sanderstill, Michigan.
Okay. I have them also second in the corner, but getting Kamari Lassiter, cornerback out of Georgia.
Oh, okay. He's good. I have him going later this round, but he's good. We'll go with. Okay, where are we at now? So now we're at 40. Okay, the Washington Commanders are on the clock. Obviously, they've already taken an edge, and we've already got them taking a quarterback. It's time for them to get a second weapon, replacing the departure of Curtis Samuel. And here comes Troy Franklin from Oregon, wide receiver.
I definitely would not want, as a Cowboys fan, I don't want to see Terry McLaurin and Troy Franklin in the same receiving room.
Mm-hmm.
But But for me, I also wouldn't like this as a Dallas fan and Texas fan. But I have them selecting JT Sanders, tight end out of Texas.
Oh, that would be insane. Actually, they do need a tight end.
Yeah, especially after releasing Logan Thomas, I think they definitely will go for a tight end.
I just realized.
But I definitely do not want to see that happen. I don't want one of my other favorite players going to a division rival.
Yeah, that would suck. All right, pick 41. It's time for the Packers to protect Jordan Love, and we get Kingsley Suamataia, offensive tackle, BYU, at 41.
Okay, I also have him going to the Packers too.
I think Jordan Love's clearly their franchise quarterback, and they will extend him after this year. So why not protect him? Especially with the departure of Bakhtiari.
Yeah, for sure.
The Texans are on the clock. Their first pick of the draft, since they traded back. And they had just an incredible offseason. I mean, they brought in Danielle Hunter. Who else did they bring in? Stephon Diggs. They're just insane. And so, why not get you a linebacker? And they'll take Edgerrin Cooper, Texas A&M.
That would be nice. That would be a nice key to pair with Christian Harris in that linebacker room. For me, I have them sticking on defense, but getting defensive tackle Braden Fisk out of Florida State.
It's a good pick.
For me, he went up my draft board just after the combine and just seeing some of his highlights during college.
That's fair.
I think that'd be a good key for the defensive line.
Well, building upon that, we've got the next pick, and that's the Falcons. And Kirk Cousins, he needs a weapon. I mean, you already built the defense. Why not build your offense? And they're going to bring in Xavier Legette, South Carolina, wide receiver.
That would definitely be a good pick for them. For me, I have the Falcons. I have the Falcons. I just have Falcons continuing to build their defense and getting linebacker Edgerrin Cooper out of Texas A&M.
Okay. I like that. He just went to 42 for me, so that's perfect.
Just another piece on defense.
We've got 44 with the Patriots on the clock. They will take Peyton Wilson, linebacker, NC State.
Ooh, that'll be nice. For me, I have the Raiders select build the whole line up front. Continue to build the whole line for the quarterback, Jaden Daniels, that had drafted. Now I'm selecting Zach. I think his name is Zach Frazier, center out of West Virginia.
That's who I originally had on here until I realized what happened. But yeah, that's perfect because that's what they need. And then especially for you with your draft, and actually for mine too, because I also have them taking a quarterback. Offensive line is definitely what they need. But for me, since they traded up and don't have a second round pick, they would not be able to do that. 45, the Saints.
Yeah.
Braden Fisk, defensive line, Florida State.
Ooh. Okay, that would be a nice piece to the line with Chase Young, Byron Griffin, Jordan. would definitely be one of the top 3 lines for me, to be honest.
That would be unfair as well.
Yeah. But for me, the Saints need another receiver because they only have Chris Olave and who else? So I had them selecting Xavier Legette wide receiver out of South Carolina.
If he falls that far, that's perfect.
Yeah, that'd be a perfect scenario for them.
At 46, it's time for the Colts to take a corner, and that would be TJ Tampa, quarterback, Iowa State.
Ooh, not bad.
Especially with the Isaiah Rodgers controversy, and they had to get rid of him.
Yeah. Okay. For me, who do I have? Okay. For me, I have them getting an offensive tackle, and I have them selecting Blake Fisher, offensive tackle out of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is definitely the offensive lineman university, so
Yeah.
anyone under there is going to work out, I think.
Yeah. Plus, you got them a tackle earlier in the draft. I have you still selecting an offensive tackle later.
That's fair, because if for you they didn't get it in the first round, right?
Yeah. They got a corner in the first round.
At 47, we've got the Giants, who will be taking offensive lineman Zach Frazier, because he will go nicely with Andrew Thomas. And considering they just drafted Bo Nix, and they already built their defense when I had them taking a corner, plus that 23 they took Brian Thomas, it's time to get an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Who is regularly on the board would have been the Patriots. I think, no, not the Patriots. Let me find out. Hold on, because I have to. This is a trade thing for me. Okay, regularly on the board. Oh, okay, is the Giants. Got it.
Giants, okay. Shoot, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of forgot who I picked.
Did I already say? I already said Peyton Wilson, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of different guys on the board. I mean, I guess for you would be anyone. There'd be like defensive lineman Michigan, wide receiver from Florida, Michigan receiver, Washington receiver. There's some safeties available, offensive linemen.
Okay.
Cooper Beebe is one of them who's available still.
Okay. I have the Giants selecting Javen Bullard, safety out of Georgia.
Okay.
I think after losing Xavier McKinney, I think that would definitely be a precision in need for them. And I just feel like he's the best safety in the class.
He really is. It's just hard to go. It's just hard to pick safety. This year there isn't really a first round one, so second round is where they go. We've got the Jaguars at 48, and they'll be taking Chris Jenkins, defensive lineman, Michigan.
That would be a nice defense. I also have them selecting a defensive lineman. I'm selecting. Oh yeah, Chris Jenkins out of Michigan. So I would agree with you there.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
The Bengals,
here's at 49. This is where they take a wide receiver because this is assuming that they have already traded away T. Higgins because he wanted out, and they'll take Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver, Florida.
For me, I have them getting a speedster, and I have them selecting Roman Wilson out of Michigan.
I like that.
So sticking with receiver, but getting a different one.
We have the Eagles at 50, taking someone who's already off of your board a long time ago. But knowing Howie Roseman, here comes Chris Braswell, edge, Alabama.
That'll be a nice Hassan Reddick replacement. For me, I have the Eagles. I have the Eagles getting a linebacker. Now I'm stepping Peyton Wilson out of NC State.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's really good. I already had him off the board, but yeah, he's really good. Well, now for me, I have someone who you have off the board already. We have the Steelers at 51, taking their Deontay Johnson replacement, and here comes Roman Wilson, wide receiver, Michigan.
That would definitely be a Steelers move. I think that would be a Steelers move, to be honest. For me, I have the Steelers getting a receiver, but I have them selecting Ricky Pearsall out of Florida.
Okay, so ours are just flipped.
Yeah. Oh yeah, basically. Oh yeah, it's just flipped. To have a duel of Ricky Pearsall and George Pickens.
Oh my goodness, that's.
Well, I think Pearsall is an underrated receiver in the draft class.
Oh yeah, he should have been off the board already.
Yeah.
There's just way too many good receivers in this draft.
Yeah, that shows you how good this draft class is.
All right, 52. The Rams need a safety. They need a safety.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to take Tyler Nubin, Minnesota.
I like that. I also have him selecting Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota.
Ah, perfect.
Second best safety in the class, and like you said, they do need a safety.
We've got the Eagles drafting their replacement for Kevin Byard. And here comes Javon Bullard from Georgia. I know you have him off your board already, but this is where I have him going. And that leaves the Eagles in their first 2 rounds taking Kool-Aid McKinstry, Javon Bullard, and Chris Braswell. And if they somehow pull that off, the league needs to watch out.
Yep. For me, I have them getting a corner. They didn't get a corner in other draft before.
Mm-hmm.
But I have them selecting TJ Tampa out of Iowa State. Corner out of Iowa State.
I like him. He's talented.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, is he on my board? I think. Oh, I already had him going off the board. Yeah, 46. Yeah. 54. The Browns, who already have drafted wide receiver, who are already traded for a wide receiver, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
They go get another one with Jalen Polk, Washington.
Okay. That'll be an underrated draft pick for them. For me, I have them, despite all the allegations and stuff that he had.
I know who you're talking about.
I have them selecting Devontae Sweat, defensive tackle out of Texas.
I like that pick.
Yeah, to build that big line with Miles Garrett and Darius Smith. I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah. Pick 55. The Dolphins address their offensive line need, and they go Cooper Beebe, interior offensive lineman, Kansas State.
I definitely like that. For me, I have them selecting a center as a Connor Williams replacement. I have them selecting Cedric Van Branger, center out of Georgia.
I like that guy. He's talented.
Yeah.
He's one of my go-to draft picks in Madden.
Yeah.
All right, the Titans are on the clock because for me, since they traded back with the Cowboys, remember earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where they take Spondre Sweat. And
I definitely would. I guarantee would. I can see that building with Jeffrey Simmons. That would be a nice fit for them.
that would be ridiculous because I think
Yeah.
like imagine.
You're not running against them.
Yeah, no. It's not happening, bro. It's
So
over.
for me, I have the Dallas Cowboys on the clock, and what do I have there? Looking at all the old line, there's not really any that I think is worth this second round pick.
Time for you to there's a couple guys you can take here. You could take a running back, or you could take a corner to replace Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
There's a guy from
I
Georgia.
have them. Oh yeah.
Who do you have?
I have them. Okay, I have them getting a guy that's heavily rumored to be a Dallas Cowboy. I have them sending also my boy Jonathan Brooks, running back out of Texas.
I like that. That's perfect. And if Ezekiel Elliott signs back, it's a perfect mentor for him.
Yeah.
Because the Cowboys aren't on the board there for me, they can't do that. If they were, that's who I would have them taking. But we have now 57 with the Bucks again, and this is where they take a corner in Kamari Lassiter, Georgia.
I definitely, if he falls there, I definitely see that. For me, I have them also getting a corner, but I have them getting Mike Satterfield, cornerback out of Michigan. I know he went earlier in your draft board, but yeah, I have them getting him if he falls.
Yeah, he went super early for me.
Yeah.
But I can see him falling. There's been a lot of people who fall lately.
Yeah.
We got 58, the Green Bay Packers. It's time to get a defensive lineman, Michael Hall Jr., Ohio State.
I like that. That would be nice. For me, I have them getting an edge rusher, and I have them getting Braden Trice out of Washington.
Okay.
Just to go with Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark.
We're up to 59 now. We got a quarterback out of Rutgers, Max Melton.
That would be nice. Okay, for me, I have them. Oh, okay. I have them getting a linebacker, and I have them getting linebacker Jeremiah Trotter out of Clemson.
Jeremiah Trotter. Oh, wow. I'm surprised he fell this far. I didn't even have him on my board, but I should have. He's really good.
That would definitely be a big piece, I think, compared with Christian Harris in that defense.
I would have them taking him, but I already had them taking Edgerrin Cooper.
Yeah.
Let's go with pick 60 for the Bills. And did Von Miller get injured? Or no?
I think so. I think he might, yeah. He didn't play at all in the playoffs.
So they're going to need an edge rusher. And I'm going to go with Adisa Isaac, Penn State.
I also have Isaac going to the Bills. There.
All right. 61. Time for the Lions to get an offensive lineman. They recently extended Sewell, but they're going to need another one. Christian Haynes, offensive lineman, UConn.
I like that. For me, I have them also getting old linemen and getting Cooper Betty, out of Kansas State.
Okay. That's a good pick. I had him going to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
62. This is your boy. He's gone for you, long gone. But here he comes for me. And the Baltimore Ravens stick with their Texas ideology. Stick with the perfect offense for them. And they replaced J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards with Jonathan Brooks, Texas.
I think that would definitely be a really, really good running back run. But I have him also second running back. But I don't know, I hope it doesn't happen because this running back room and duo would be good. But I have him second Jaden Wright out of Tennessee.
Oh,
He's just an electric running back. And I think with his speed and quickness, with their kind of power, that'll just be crazy.
We'll go 63. The 49ers get a linebacker because they tried to get one and he left for the Cowboys. So they get Junior Colson, linebacker, Michigan. Michigan's defense was elite, and it's what led them to the championship win. Not J.J. McCarthy. He sucks. And why not have the best defensive team in college football, arguably, get a player from there and add it to the best defensive team in the NFL?
Guaranteed. For me, this might be a shocker, or might not, but I have them selecting Brendan Rice out of USC, receiver.
Oh, Brendan Rice. Okay. Jerry Rice, son.
Especially since we don't know what's going to go on with Brandon Ayuk and if he's going to stick with the 49ers. I just have him selecting Brendan Rice.
That's perfect, actually. That's a good pick. That's a sleeper. Yeah. At pick 64, I have the Chiefs finally getting their receiver. And they go with Malachi Corley from Western Kentucky.
Ooh, that would be a nice receiver for them. Especially with his ability. That would be nice. For me, I have them. I have them sticking on the O-line and getting Christian Haynes out of UConn.
Okay, so second offensive lineman? Or who did you have them taking at 32?
Lad McConaughey.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You already have them taking a receiver. Okay.
Yeah.
And who did you say again, 64?
Christian Haynes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if he doesn't go to the Lions, then yeah, perfect team for him would be the Chiefs. Well, that is actually the end of round 2. I guess the people want to know, I want to know, would you like to do round 3, 4, 5 after the first round? The first and second rounds the first round's over. So do you want to do that on Friday? Would you like to release our mock draft for round 3, 4, and 5?
Yeah, I think I'll be down.
All right.
I'm going to do a lot of studying and stuff to see, but yeah, I'll be down.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. I will be bringing Aydin back on the show. I actually want to thank you for your time, and thank you for being the first guest on the new show, ZA Sports Show.
Thank you for having me.
I will tag you on, I guess, Instagram if you like. But if you guys are a fan of the Cowboys, definitely go check out his page. he posts stuff about them all the time, including mock drafts, and he even knows a lot of the players that people like me didn't know, like Rico Dowdle.
Can you learn more about the Cowboys roster?
He spoke them into existence of re-signing Rico Dowdle because he actually posted about it, and then a few days later he re-signed. And someone from his family saw the comment.
Yeah, very, very reliable.
So y'all go check him out. And again, thank you, bro. I'll be in contact with you about round 3, 4, and 5. But thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, I'll see you later, bro.
Yeah, see you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning into the ZA Sports Show. We'll be back again.
So here is what my mock draft looks like. As you can see from the video, there are a few changes. I was reading off of it during the video because I made this beforehand. However, I did make a few changes in terms of trades and player selections, but here is the short summary, pretty much, in case you missed any of the picks or if you wanted to recap.